So you just started your wedding officiant business, but you don't know what to charge, or you already have a wedding officiant business, but you are looking for ways to make more money, then keep watching. It's Side Hustle Saturday, Side Hustle Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. Ooh, it's Saturday. It's Side Hustle Saturday. What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Welcome to my channel where I discuss my life as a wife, mom, entrepreneur, and business owner, all while trying to crush and achieve my goals. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back. Y'all know I love and I appreciate each and every one of you, okay? All right, so today is Side Hustle Saturday, and today we're going to be talking about one of my side hustles as a notary, more specifically as a wedding officiant, okay? So I am a notary. I am dual commissioned in South Carolina and Georgia. And with me being a notary for South Carolina, one of the responsibilities that we get is that we can also operate as wedding officiants, okay? And that is one of the ways that I make money in my notary business, doing weddings as well as doing apostilles and general notary work is my main bread and butter. So today we're going to specifically be talking about how you can set your prices in your wedding officiant business so that you can be profitable, okay? That is what we're going to be talking about, how you can set your prices. And we are going to be talking about 3 ways that you can increase money, increase profits in your wedding officiant business on today, okay? Now, if you find anything helpful with my information that I'm sharing, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and subscribe. And please feel free to share this information with a friend if you have found it beneficial or you think someone else might be able to benefit from the information, okay? All right, so I'm looking at my notes so I can stay on track, y'all. I have a lot of information I want to give to you guys today, but I also know I don't want to do a video that is too long. So if I see that the video is going kind of long based off of what I have to share with you guys, I might make this a 2-part video, but we're going to see how everything goes, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So 3 ways that you can increase money in your wedding officiant business. The first way that you can do this is that you must give your customer options, okay? You have to give your customer options. Why? Because everyone likes having options, okay? You don't want to go to pick out a car, or if you're trying to get a new car and they only say they have one type of car for you to buy or one color for you to buy. Everybody likes options, okay? And the reason why people like options too is because it makes people feel like they are in control, like they are the decision maker, they are in the driver's seat. So make sure you are giving your customers options. I use this all the time, even in my regular business. In my main business, I am an optometrist. I have my own office and I see a lot of kids because my office is mainly pediatric based. And as an eye doctor, I have to dilate the kids' eyes, which means I have to put drops in their eyes. So most kids, they don't like it. They just me saying I gotta put drops in their eyes, some of them will start crying. But the way I win them over, and I have very little issues with putting the drops in kids' eyes, is I give them choices. I'm like, okay, do you want to do 1 drop or 2 drops? Do you want to do with your eyes open or your eyes closed? Because that makes them feel like they're in control of the situation. And same thing goes for your customers. When you give them options, it feels like they are in control of the situation. And they're going to be more receptive and responsive to you when you provide them with options instead of just giving them one thing. Like, yes, I do weddings. This is my fee. So when it comes to your fee, when it comes to your different prices, when you're starting to structure your prices, you want to give options. Now you may already be giving options in your business, in your wedding officiant business. or in your notary business too. Most of us, though, tend to give yes or no options. And I want us to move away from that. Instead of giving yes or no options, we should be giving either or options, okay? And the way you give yes or no options is when you just give the person one fee or whatever. Say, hey, they call you up and they say, hey, I need a wedding done or whatever. You don't ask a whole lot of questions, and they're like, hey, what do you charge? Because that's usually their question. That's their first question, is how much is it gonna be or whatever. They'll send you a message or email you or call you and like, I want to know how much you charge to do weddings. That's their first fee. Their first question. And usually what you may or may not do, or what we typically do, is we're going to say a price. That gives them the option of saying yes or no to you. So you don't want to do that. You want to give them an either or option. So when someone calls and says, hey, I want to know what you charge for doing a wedding or whatever, you either want to say, hey, well, I do several types of weddings. What type of wedding are you looking for? Is it a simple table signing? Is it an elopement? Is it a traditional wedding? Or saying, hey, my options for a wedding officiant, it starts at this amount, but I also have other packages where if you want more stuff is X, Y, or Z, and you list the prices of whatever it is. But give them options. Don't just give them one price, okay? Don't just quote one price. And even if you forget and you end up quoting them one price or whatever, you need to state what goes along with that price so that they can know what it entails, because people are looking at your services in their own view, in their own perspective, and you have to shift that perspective to what you want it to be. They just see you as someone that's standing up there reading something to them, and they're repeating after you, and they may not assign a whole lot of value to that. So you need to shift their perception by giving them options about what you provide as your services, because they might not even know, oh, I didn't know you did this. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know this was incorporated as part of the ceremony. They may have one singular view of the service that you provide, and when you give them the options, it enlightens them, it educates them, but it also empowers them to make a choice. Do I want a basic ceremony, or do I want a ceremony where other things are being incorporated? But they will know that if they do incorporate other things, or if they do a certain type of ceremony, it does come with a different type of fee, okay? So give your clients options, okay? Now, your next question might be, what kind of options can I offer to my clients? So some of the obvious ones might be like if you decide to do vow writing, if you want to offer them, like if they want to use like a unity candle, or the sand mixing, that kind of thing, or jump in the broom, those kinds of things. Those are some of the obvious options that you might think that you can include in the wedding ceremony. But some of the not so obvious options that you might have control over is guiding them to a certain day of the week, time of the day. Like maybe you say, hey, when you book on this particular day or within this particular month, then is X, Y, or Z or whatever, especially if it's like one of your slower months or something like that. So, and this definitely works better for people who already do not have a date in mind, where it is a simple table signing or an elopement, which might be, if you're just starting off in your business, what you will see more frequently. That is what I get a lot of table signings or elopements and everything. And they are not really stuck on a particular day or whatever. They just want to hurry up and get it done for whatever reason. So you can say, hey, when you do it on this day, or when you do it at this time or whatever, you can save money by doing it at this particular time, okay? So, and also some of the more obvious options that you give is just them knowing, like, hey, we can do a traditional ceremony, or it could be non-traditional. It can incorporate these different elements. I can write the vows for you so that they'll know, oh, it's not going to be standard. Now, with you providing them with options, always remember this. This is your way to market. You are marketing to them that you are not just the average wedding officiant, because chances are when they call somebody else, they might just be quoting them the cost, like, hey, this is my fee for this. And they may not be saying all this other stuff like, hey, I provide X, Y, and Z services, like you just enlighten your potential client about, okay? So remember to give your client options when they call asking about wedding officiant services, or for you conducting their wedding ceremony, okay? Basically what you want to do is you want to have a menu of services. Just like if you went to a restaurant, okay? You don't want to go into a restaurant and they be like, all I serve is chicken. If they say all we serve is chicken, you might leave because you're like, oh, that's it? That's all you got? But when you give them a menu of your services, then they are more inclined to stay. In case in point, Chick-fil-A, all they really serve is chicken. But they got a fried chicken sandwich, they got a grilled chicken sandwich, they got a chicken sandwich with cheese, they got fried chicken nuggets, they got grilled chicken nuggets. So they have a menu of service, but all they really serve is chicken, you know, and some sides that go with it or whatever. But they do the chicken in different ways and give you a menu of services. So once again, going back to your client's perspective as well as their perception, they're like, oh, it's a wedding. They think it's going to be, you know, simple, easy, bland. I won't say boring, but you know, it's straightforward or whatever. You have to enlighten them. You have to market yourself and show how you are different and how your level of service is a cut above what they might be getting if they went with another wedding officiant. So have options for your wedding officiant business. Okay. Now that leads me to my next point. Once you have been able to determine what options you want to provide when it comes to your wedding officiant business, then you should try and create packages of these particular options, okay? So the packages allow you to be able to upsell people as well, and for them to feel like they're getting more bang for their buck by doing a package. Now, this type of marketing is used on us all the time. Going back to the restaurant analogy, like if you went to any fast food restaurant, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, whatever, what do they have? When you go there to order, you usually are not saying, oh, I want a chicken sandwich or whatever. You're usually saying, oh, I want the number 1 or I want the number 2, because it's a combo. It is a package that they have created for you. Yes, they have individual items, but they said, hey, it's easier if we put this in a package and let them choose. Once again, giving them a choice, giving the client or the customer options. Will let them choose which one they would like to pick from or whatever. So once you have your options of all the different items you want to add in your wedding officiant business, try to create packages. Now, you don't want to overwhelm people. I will say that. So you don't want to have too many packages, but you do want to have a select few of packages where either it's either or, going back to the either or good, better, best, okay? So you want to have some kind of packages in place, and you want to make sure your packages are different from one another. Like the packages shouldn't be so similar that it makes the person confused and they don't know which one to choose, or they be like, all of them look the same, okay? You want to make sure you're differentiating your packages and that it's a clear differentiation or a clear delineation so that they can easily select, oh, I'm going with this, I'm going with package A, or I've chosen package B or whatever. So you want to make sure your packages are clear and they show the different offerings that you are providing, or the different options that you are providing, okay? So most people do not like a la carte. Even if you go to a sit-down restaurant, it's not being served a la carte, like you're not getting individual stuff. They usually have that packaged together. So just think about the ways that you yourself are being marketed to and see how you can connect that to your business or incorporate that into your business, okay? All right, so make sure your packages are not too complicated, but you want, or not, when I say not too complicated, you want to make sure your client can easily distinguish the difference they're getting from package A versus package B versus package C. The other thing is you don't want to have too many packages, because when you have too many packages, it makes the person confused and then they get analysis paralysis, and a confused person does not buy. Okay, so just remember that when you do create the packages based off of all your different offerings and everything. Okay, so far we covered that you need to have options, you need to have packages, and we're about to get to our last thing. But since it is, I don't know, I think I'm gonna wait to do the last one, just because the video is already getting to be about 15 minutes long, and I don't want the video to be too long. So if you have been finding this helpful, let me know in the comment section if this was helpful to you. Let me know if you are a wedding officiant or thinking about becoming a wedding officiant, and how you plan on marketing your services and marketing and creating your pricing and your packages and stuff like that. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear from you so I can also encourage you with your journey. Okay, all right, so I'm going to end this for now, but I will be back with part 2 with the third thing you can do to make money in your wedding officiant business. And I think because I'm splitting it up into 2 parts, I think also too what I'll do is I'll add and see if I can add a bonus or 2 as well in the next video as well. Okay, all right, so this is your girl Rita, also known as the self-proclaimed gold digger. Take care, everyone.